Hello everyone, today I want to talk to you about different modes of transportation in Finnish. So let's learn the vocab for that. First up, the number one mode of transportation in Finland is auto. So auto means a car. I would say a majority of people in Finland own an auto here just because it's a lot more convenient to get around unless you're living right in the central areas of any of the bigger cities. So car is auto. 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 Car. So a fun fact is in Finland you can start learning to drive when you're 17 years old, 17 vuotta, but you can't get your real license until you're 18, 18 vuotta. And this is a bit of a newer change. Back in my days, it was 18. You could start practicing, but they've lowered the age now. So I'm just curious, in your country, what's the age for getting your driver's license? Please leave it in the comments below. I'm super curious to know. A bus, the official name for bus is linja-auto. 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 But actually in everyday speech, usually you will hear people use the word bussi. 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 So for example, if I'm talking with my friends and I want to ask them where the bus stop is, I will ask them missä on bussipysäkki or missä on bussipysäkki. I'm not going to use the word linja-auto pysäkki. Maybe some people do, but at least it's not as common as using the word bussi. Bussi. And as a fun fact, at least in Helsinki area, the youth will sometimes say dösa. Dösa for a bus, and I'm sure other cities in Finland have their own nicknames for the bus as well, but at least in Helsinki area, you might hear the word dösa used among youth. Then the word for train is juna. 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 So juna means train. Actually, I have a short vlog-styled video about taking the juna in Finland. It's in Finnish with Finnish-English subtitles, so you can go check that out if you're curious to learn more vocab. Juna is train. Then we have some transportations that go on the water. So vene. Vene means a boat. Vene. Vene, boat. And a bigger vene would be laiva. Laiva, which translates to ship. Laiva. So for example, the big ships that you take from Helsinki to Stockholm, Helsingistä Tukholmaan, they would be called a laiva. Okay, and laiva-risteily would be like a ship cruise. Cruise is risteily. So laiva, ship. Vene, smaller one. Laiva, bigger. The word for bike or bicycle is polkupyörä. Polku means to pedal. Pyörä is a bike. So that's why oftentimes you'll hear people just shorten it to pyörä. So polkupyörä and pyörä is the same thing, but in everyday speech you'll usually hear people just saying pyörä. 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 Bike. Pyörä. 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 Okay, so far we have auto, we have linja-auto or bussi, we have juna, vene, laiva ja polkupyörä, pyörä. A motorcycle is moottoripyörä. Moottori means a engine and pyörä means bike. So engine bike is moottoripyörä, meaning motorcycle. Moottoripyörä. 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 Have you ever ridden on a moottoripyörä before? I haven't. Ootteko koskaan ajanut moottoripyörällä? I haven't. Mä en oo. Rekka. Rekka, which is a truck. Rekka. 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 A van is pakettiauto. Pakettiauto. So this is an yhdyssana. Paketti means package, parcel. Auto is car. So pakettiauto. Van. Pakettiauto. Pakettiauto. I think there are two words for a tram. So one of them would be raitiovaunu. 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 I think that could kind of translate to directly like a carriage that goes along the rails. That would be a tram. So for example, in Helsinki Center, Helsingin keskustassa, you'll see a lot of raitiovaunus, going along the tram line. Another word for this is ratikka. And I think this word ratikka is used much more in daily conversation. Ratikka, ratikka. So if I'm choosing which word to use when I'm speaking, I'm gonna choose ratikka over raitiovaunu. Ratikka, ratikka, ratikka. Then the next one is metro, which is metro. Metro, it's kind of like the subway, I guess, kind of. Helsinki does have a metro, so this is the underground metro, and then the ratikka is above ground and goes along the tram lines. Metro, metro. And fun fact, if you buy a HSL ticket, the Helsingin Seudun Liikenne, if you buy like a general HSL ticket, you can use all of the bussi, ratikka ja metro interchangeably. So they'll give you a time slot, and within that time slot you can use as many buses, trams, metros as you want. Get off, get on, however many times you want within that time frame. So if you buy a bus ticket, you don't have to only use it on the bus. You can also use the metro or the ratikka. Just a tip. Maybe you're wanting to use the taxi. So taxi is taxi. 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 For example, if you're at the airport, the lentokenttä, and you're wanting to go to Helsinki city center, there are certain taxi companies that offer rides for, I think right now it's a fixed fee of 35 euros. That will get you from the airport to the Helsinki city center via taxi. 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 And then moving on to the ones that fly, jotka lentää. The first one is lentokone. Lentokone. So lentokone is lento, flying, kone, machine, flying machine, airplane, lentokone. Lentokone. And finally we have helikopteri, which is a helicopter. Mä en oo koskaan ollut helikopterissakaan. Helikopteri. 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 Quick quiz time. What did rekka mean? What is juna? And finally, what does ratikka translate to? Alright, thank you so much for watching. Kiitos tosi paljon ja nähdään ensi videossa. Moikka!